Imagine a normal working day. You just got ready for work and your boss says, "Marry me, otherwise goodbye career." What would you do? Good day. Write in the comments what city or country you are from. Support the video with a like and a subscription. I always considered myself a good negotiator. 5 years in the marketing department taught me to maneuver between the opinions of clients, the egos of designers and financiers who are always cutting budgets. But on that Tuesday in June, when Victoria Evgenyevna called me into her office, I felt for the first time that the English word deadline sounds frighteningly close to the word dead, sadesh. Outside the window, a light wind swept along Nevsky, warm rain sparkled on the asphalt, and I looked at the perfectly aligned folders on Victoria's desk. On each spine was a clear inscription in calligraphic handwriting. Everything was lined up. Victoria herself was quietly called Spetsnaz by her colleagues. She knew how to enter a conference room, line up any team and achieve results without raising her voice. Cold logic, steel cheekbones, straight bangs, the aged aroma of bergamot and black pepper. "Andrei, sit down." She nodded dryly towards the chair opposite. I straightened my shoulders automatically. "Do you have the tender report ready?" "Of course, but..." I put the thin folder on the glass tabletop. "There are a couple of clarifications on the price of supplier number 3 they sent." "Late," Victoria snapped. "The board of directors is already reviewing the estimate. If a discrepancy of even a ruble is found, the responsibility will fall on the one who prepared the documents. That is, on you." My throat felt sore. I knew there were a couple of questionable items in the estimate. To be honest, the data was sent by an intern assistant at the last minute, and I, buried in deadlines, signed it without looking. "I'll fix it," I whispered. "Will you fix it? Unfortunately, there is no time." "But there is another solution." She paused, as if savoring the word decision. "I need a husband." Stop. For a second I thought I misheard. "Husband?" I echoed. "Formally, the groom." In 6 weeks, the board of directors will announce a new head of the international division. The candidate is strong. Mine. But the shareholders believe in traditional values and want to see family people at the helm. I must have blinked in confusion. Victoria allowed herself to smile for the first time. "Having learned of your, inaccuracies in the estimate, I could initiate an internal investigation. This means a reprimand at the very least, a maximum, termination of the contract, and a black mark in the industry." She leaned back in her chair. "Or you and I will present to the world a plausible engagement." My ears started buzzing. Some part of me screamed, "This is crazy." Another more pragmatic part of me was calculating. A mortgage, a car loan, a younger sister who is a student, and I pay for her dorm room. Why me? Lack of candidates. "Against." Victoria's gaze slid over me as if I were looking at a business plan. "You are not married, you have a clean reputation, a decent education, and the main thing, you owe me." The last argument proved to be the killer. "Let's say..." I exhaled. "What should it look like?" She moved the laptop. The screen reflected our mirror image. 2 people in a glass cage on the top floor. "Stage 1. Engagement. You invite me to your place for the weekend. Introduce me to your family. The shareholders will see living history and believe in the seriousness of your intentions. In 3 weeks, a chamber ceremony. I pay the expenses. You get a preserved career, a bonus, and a place on my future team." The ticking of the designer watch was painfully annoying. I wasn't thinking about romance, but about the line monthly mortgage payment. I nodded. On Saturday morning, we were driving along the Scandinavian highway. Victoria had taken off her formal jacket and was wearing a linen shirt, but she was still sitting up straight. I was telling her about Viborg, the Swedish bastions, the smell of cinnamon near the town hall, the echo of seagulls. She was clarifying the details and writing everything down on her phone. At the gate of the old house, we were met by Mom in an apron with sunflowers. Dad, embarrassed, shook Victoria's hand. Sister Lena hissed at me. "Did you win a lottery ticket?" The evening turned into a carefully planned PR dinner. Victoria described how I heroically saved the presentation, and I described how she stood in the rain for an honest coffee break. Mom was beaming. Dad was wiping away a tear. Lena looked on as if she were solving a crossword puzzle on the topic of fiction. At night, a thunderstorm pounded the canopy. On the porch, barefoot, in the light of the lantern, Victoria whispered, "Your family is real. Thank you." The tablet in her hand blinked. Board of Directors meeting postponed. Show partner in person. The shadows under her eyes deepened. Monday greeted me with headlines, "Steel Lady Gets Married." A photo from Viborg was spread across Telegram channels. Colleagues congratulated me, but I caught their glances. Yesterday's manager is today the boss's husband. By Wednesday, the ice had cracked. The company's lawyer, Oleg Daminov, a longtime competitor of Victoria, called me. "The fine for a fictitious marriage is serious, my friend. Give me the tender estimate, we'll check it, and no one will go to jail." Checkmate. Leak the documents and you will betray Victoria. Don't leak them and you will be denounced. In the chlorine-smelling gym, Victoria ran on the treadmill. "Oleg is blackmailing," I exhaled. "Refuse." Didn't slow down. "I'm facing criminal charges. He's digging under me. I'll cover for him." For the first time, the metal in her voice trembled. "Let's get ahead of the game." Friday buffet at the Astoria. We were supposed to play out a scene of mild jealousy, distracting the board of directors, but Oleg jumped up. "I supposedly have audio where you call her an ice witch." Victoria came up and, hearing quietly, said, "You need to give him what he doesn't expect." And in front of the top managers, she kissed me. A real kiss. The hall lit up with smartphones. I stopped understanding where the performance was and where there was something more. Saturday, she wrote, "Let's go for a walk." Griboyedov Canal, thick air. "Is everything getting out of control?" I asked. "Control is an illusion," she grinned. "Do you regret it?" "Half the time I'm afraid, the other half I don't understand what I feel." She took off her glove and touched my palm. "Me too." Victoria showed the correspondence to the board of directors. Oleg bribed the registry office employee. Tomorrow he will present evidence of fictitiousness. The plan, to sign the real marriage in another district before the meeting. 8 in the morning, lilacs in the foyer of the wedding palace. The signatures trembled. "Now everything is for real," she whispered. The board of directors on the top floor of the tower. Victoria presented the strategy. Oleg stood up. "Their marriage is fictitious. Please fix it." Victoria interrupted coldly. "We got married this morning. I showed fresh evidence." The hall whispers. Oleg turns pale. The elevator closes. Victoria laughs freely for the first time. "We did it." A week later, at her family dacha on the Gulf of Finland. Rain, fir trees, the warmth of the fireplace. "Your plans?" she asks. "And before you there was a plan to pay off the mortgage. After you, plans change every day," she smiles. "For the first time I have a gap of 5 years ahead. Let's fill it out together. I'm not your boss now. Now you are Victoria." She lays her head on my shoulder. The rain beats on the roof. The fire crackles. A week later, the balcony of a new apartment. The city is noisy below. A message from Victoria. The rally will drag on. Order dinner, and a smiley that she had previously considered unprofessional. I smile. Dinner is on the way, just come back. Who said that the fictitious cannot become real? This story keeps the intrigue. And what will happen next is up to the two of us to decide. The end, perhaps just the beginning. If you like this story, then support the video with a like and subscribe to the channel so as not to miss new videos. Until next time.